Hey guys, it's me, Pamela from Memphis FoodTrotter.blogspot.com, and we have a very special episode today. We're doing a different sort of video. I've seen videos of people making homemade cream cheese. I guess there's some sort of cream cheese shortage, especially like in the Northeast. Here, I can definitely buy cream cheese. It is a little bit more expensive, at least like the name brands. But the supermarket that I go to, Aldi, it has its own brands of cream cheese, and so they're still fairly cheap. But I decided to give it a whirl, and I have two different recipes I tried out. One is more of a traditional way of making cream cheese, and the other one is technically not a cream cheese, but it can be kind of used as a substitute. So we're going to play a little game after I make them, and we have some guests, and they're going to see how close they are to real cream cheese. So please stay tuned and see how they turn out. For this first recipe, I'm going to pour in 4 cups of full fat milk, and I'm doing that in a large pot on the stove. To the milk, I'm going to add in 1 cup of cream. I use heavy whipping cream, of course, for everything. The higher the fat, the better. For recipes that I've looked at, they either ask for vinegar or lemon juice. So I actually am going to do both, and I'm going to do 1.5 tablespoons of vinegar and then 1.5 tablespoons of lemon juice. And you need to be stirring. I kind of got sidetracked, and later on, I realized that there were some bits that turned brown because I didn't stir constantly enough. So please do not multitask and watch your stove. As the milk is heating up, and once you've added your acid, you're going to start seeing these white lumps, and that is exactly what you want. Once all the separation has occurred, then you can turn off the stove. I, off camera, started picking out all of those brown bits. So now I set up my draining station. I have a large mixing bowl. On top of that, I put in a colander, and then I lined it with some bamboo paper towels that I have. I don't have cheesecloth. I put in all of that white solid, and then I'm going to tie it up, or actually clip it, and then it's going to drain, and you're going to let it sit for at least 15 minutes until all of the moisture has gotten out. Once all the liquid has drained, now I'm ready for this next part where I add in a bowl, 1/2 cup of the heavy whipping cream that I have, and then all of the drained solids. And then I'm going to use an electric blender or electric mixer and mix it as smoothly as I possibly can. You can use a processor, a food processor as well. The recipe called for a teaspoon of salt, which I added initially, but then off camera I added some more because I thought it didn't really taste of anything. Once everything was whipped up and chilled, when I tasted it, it was definitely too salty, so definitely do not over salt. So this is what it looks like. I probably could have whipped it some more to make it even smoother, but then I put it into a small container and put it in the fridge. So this is recipe number 2, and it is not your traditional cream cheese since it's not made from milk, but in 1 large bowl I put in 900 grams of full fat sour cream, 250 grams of plain yogurt. I really should have just used plain yogurt, but all I had was Greek yogurt. In hindsight, definitely don't use the Greek, use plain yogurt, and 2 teaspoons of salt. Then you just mix these two together really well. I just did it by hand. I didn't use my electric beater. And then you'll see again the same process of the whole draining. So the same setup as recipe number 1, the whole bowl on the bottom, and then the colander, my bamboo paper towels. And there's a lot more mixture though going in, so it's a bigger bundle. Finally found like something to tie it up with, tied it up, and then this is going to actually need a weight on it, so I put in my bag of lemons on top, and then actually this is going to sit overnight. So this is a little bit longer process. So the next day, this was all drained, and the recipe, they actually just opened it up and ate straight from it like that. I decided to whip it up so it would have a similar texture to recipe number 1 for our upcoming game. Alright, so now that you've seen me make the cream cheese, we're going to do a little game, and we have some very special guests with me today. Have you guys ever heard of the game Among Us? Well, we're going to see if we have 1 or 2 imposters here. So we have a cream cheese A, B, and C. So there could be one imposter or two. So we're gonna have our special guest taste the first one, A, and then they're gonna hold up if they think it's the real deal or if they think it's the imposter, and I will let them change their minds after all 3 rounds, and then I will reveal the truth. So each of you guys gets one of each. And in between rounds, they will be cleaning their palate with some water. All right, so go ahead and use your spoon and taste a little bit of A. And then when I count to 3, you're gonna hold up your answer, okay? Taste it. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. Just have it in your brain. Just taste it. Okay, taste it. All right, so you're gonna hold up in 1. Sorry, you're gonna hold up in 1, 2, 3. Hold up your answers on the bottom, please. Can't see it in the screen. All right, so 1 says real deal and says imposter. Okay. Again, you can change your mind later. Put it down, and I want you guys to take a little sip. Are we ready for round 2?
Yes.
Okay, so round 2 is letter B. Again, there could be 1 or 2 imposters. Okay, so we already have 1 that said A is an imposter. All right, so this is B. So go ahead and try B out. Take just a little bit. Okay, so think about it. If you need to go in for a second dip, you can. Okay, but don't go back into A because it's gonna mess up your palate. All right. Okay, think about it. You can compare it to the first one in your brain. All right. You guys ready for a decision? Okay, and 1. Remember, you're gonna do the real deal if you think it's the one that's bought from the store, or the imposter, meaning one that's homemade. All right, and 1, 2, 3. Hold up your answers down below in the frame. Oh, okay. Both of you guys think imposter. All right. Okay, clean your palate, and we'll be back for the last round. Go ahead, take a little scoop, little taste. Swish it around your palates. You think you are so fast, you have a decision. Okay, what about you? All right, going back in. Okay, you ready with a decision? All right, in 3, 2, 1, hold it up. The real deal, both of y'all. Okay. Do you want to change your minds on any of them? No? Okay, so drum roll, please. I'm going to announce the results. All right, so this is the real deal. That is the Philadelphia cream cheese. And these are the 2 imposters. Now we're going to play another little mini game. So hold on one moment and we'll be right back. All right, so for this second part of the game, what we're going to do is, so we know these are the 2 imposters. You guys saw the recipes, which again, I will link them in the down arrow description box. And they're going to rank them as far as how similar they are to cream cheese. 1 through 10, we're going to start off with A. So 1 being they're totally 2 different galaxies. 10 would be they're identical twins. 5 would be they're definitely relatives. And I definitely like it and would eat it again. All right, so for A, you guys are going to write a number down, 1 through 10, of how similar it is to real commercially made cream cheese for letter A. A is the first recipe I did in the video, the traditional way with the milk and separating the curds from the whey using vinegar and lemon. All right, do we have our numbers written? All right, show them to me. All right, we have a 3 and a... Is that a 6, a 9, a 0?
That's a 10.
A 10, so it's close. It's the same as real cream cheese, letter A? Yeah, because you were the real deal. Okay, thank you very much. All right, so now we're going to flip it over. And this one, B, how close is it to real commercially made cream cheese, 1 through 10? Again, as a reminder, 1 meaning totally different galaxies, 10 meaning identical twins, 5 meaning definitely relatives, definitely would eat it again as cream cheese. All right, hold up your numbers. Okay, 8 and 7. Okay, so people preferred, my special guest preferred this B recipe. Again, the B recipe is not the traditional way because it's not actually made from milk and separating the curds in the whey. It was made with the sour cream and yogurts. Now, as far as my final thoughts, definitely this first one, The vinegar, it was just too overpowering, and I actually added a little bit too much salt, but the vinegar is definitely overpowering. Even though I didn't do the full dose of vinegar, I added the lemon juice, did half and half. The second one, my criticism about or a tweak I would do with that recipe, I did Greek yogurt. I would definitely use a plain yogurt instead of Greek, because Greek has a little bit stronger taste, and I feel like a little bit of a mealy texture a little bit. So you guys can check out both recipes. Again, I would not suggest using the vinegar. Perhaps lemon juice would have been better to separate the solids from the liquids. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Check out, again, the links in the down arrow description box. Put a thumbs up if you like this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you guys. If you subscribe, if not, please subscribe, and I will see you guys later. I hope you guys stay safe. Bye, guys.